Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. You'll see that we look a little different tonight. We are trying out something different. Hi, everyone. To all who come to this happy place.
Sorry about that.
Guess we've got a little slap back there.
Yeah.
Mike, thanks for being here. Samantha, Rachel, Tammy, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the support. How are you doing? It's great to have you here. Thank you.
Oh, Mike just got back. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike. Hey, look, Two Real Geeks have joined too. Great. It looks like we have 7 people watching at the moment. Hey, Steve, thanks for joining. Stacy, thank you for being here. And Lisa, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that. It's great to have you all here.
PTV fan club in the house.
Take care of that.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. It's very nice of you. So, how are things going?
Yeah, what's going on? You had the baseball game last night, Ben?
I went to the baseball game last night. I stayed for all of 3 innings. Unfortunately, well, it's two-sided. I got free tickets from work early that day. The tickets got passed down by several people who thought they'd be able to go, and then they said, oh, no, I can't go now. And they finally wound up in my hands. And I said, yeah, absolutely, I'll go. So Sherry, my sister, and I, we decided to go ahead and take off for an evening of fun. And we knew ahead of time that because the tickets were free, that we had the option of leaving early if we desired. Well, that desire became stronger and stronger the longer we were there.
Hold on just a second. Patrick, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Hi, Donna.
Hi, Donna. Thank you for joining. Lisa's here. And the lucky man, Amanda, thank you for being here. Great to have everyone here. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Did you acknowledge Pete, because he's driving through Tennessee right now?
I did not see Pete. Where?
No.
He's a little further up in the stream, but Pete is on the road in Tennessee driving. So thanks for joining us from the road, Steve.
Oh, sure enough. Thank you so much, Pete. There he's at the top.
Yes, there.
Totally missed that. We did see Steve join too.
And he says, and good to see you gentlemen driving through Tennessee listening to PTV. I can't think of a worse way to spend your evening on the road.
Yeah, people want to listen to people.
Hey, David and Aaron, thank you for joining.
Yes.
Stacy, of course, it's always great to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
So back to the game, Ben. We're going to go back and forth. So the game was tanking, and you decided to bail.
No. The A's started in the first inning by hosting the Milwaukee Brewers for their second game of the series, and I don't know what to say. Second pitch off of Brett Anderson, and Lorenzo Cain hit a home run, and that kind of set the tone for the game. That was like second pitch into the game.
Oh.
So, yeah, they were leading 1-0. And the longer we stayed, the less interesting the game became, because it was hard to pay attention to the game when there was so much going on in our section of the Coliseum where I was sitting. We received tickets that had been given out by Oakland Public Library. And it was some sort of agreement that this particular night would be like an Oakland Public Library night. And they were giving away all kinds of vouchers for people to use to go to the game, which meant that a lot of kids who wouldn't normally go to a game were going to a game, not paying attention to the game.
Oh, yeah, it's a social hour or a social hour.
Yeah, for someone who likes to go to the ballpark and watch the game and enjoy the atmosphere and really get into it, it was really hard to enjoy the game when we were on the third deck.
Oh my gosh, you're way up.
I was sitting in the 4th row, which was a beautiful seat. And there really isn't a bad seat at the Coliseum.
Oh, Ellen joined. Hi, Ellen. Amy. Alan and Amy have joined too.
I just saw this because Rachel Susag said, are you going to do my Disney Disney tag challenge. Is there something you can tell me?
She sent us the tag in a private chat. Yes, we will be doing that, right?
I have no idea what he's my social media expert.
I control all the social stuff. Doug is along for the ride.
Yeah, I'm seeing this and I'm like, why do I not know about this? So do you know about this, Ben?
I had heard something about it. Arnie's the one that's paying attention to it a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, because I'm totally
clueless. Thank you, Rachel.
Okay, so we're playing with the StreamYard.
Yeah, we're playing with StreamYard. It's Dole Whip Dad recommended it, so we're giving it a try and see how things go.
This is not working for us.
Works for me, great. Hi, everyone.
That's fine.
Man. Hey, where'd I go? There,
that's fine.
Tiny me.
So we don't know how this is what we have, and it doesn't go back and forth. So if I want to focus on him, we go, ooh, oops. Or how does that work?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, I click on him.
No. There you go. Okay. Click there. You click there on the square.
On the square.
There you go on the square. There
he is.
Hey, hi, everyone.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go away.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'll remove. Okay, I'll stop clicky clacky. So I'm making everybody nauseous.
I know. All this up and down. I'm feeling like I need to puke or something.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Jasmine's entertaining. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Great to have you.
We're all gathering. We're all doing our thing.
So you left the game early.
Well, let me get to that. We were in the 4th row of the 3rd deck, and again, it's a beautiful seat. But there was a family that came in during the beginning of the 2nd inning that sat 2 rows in front of us. So that's the 2nd row of the 3rd deck. And the parents sat, well, when they would sit down, they were sitting down, but for the most part, they were standing up for a lot, trying to get their kids settled. And then they would go off and get food and then come back, and then they would remain standing. It was really, really difficult to focus on the game. What made it even worse was that the kids weren't being monitored by their parents, and the kids were standing up in the 2nd row, jumping over the 1st row to the walkway of the edge of the 3rd deck, which only has a railing about 4 feet high. Now, I kept imagining these kids were going to overshoot the row and go right over the edge. And then the parents would probably blame the Coliseum for not building the Coliseum right.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, I can see where this is going.
Yeah, so I got a little nervous, so I couldn't sit there and watch it. So Sherry and I picked up and moved a section over. So fortunately, there were a lot of open seats. But the longer the game went, the more people would come in. And it was just filling up with lots and lots of movement. And I couldn't take it anymore. So by the end of the 3rd inning, we decided to pick up and leave. Fortunately, the tickets were free, and I didn't feel that bad about leaving that early. But I don't know. I was having a very difficult time being anxious about the kids possibly going over the edge of the deck. And it's never a good sign when that happens.
Yeah, I understand that. So Mike Wheeler's welcoming everyone, saying hi to everyone that's just come in. Thanks, Mike.
Noah.
Kay has joined. Noah has joined. Thank you so much for being here. Pam's fam is here.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Pam.
This is a new chat.
So we're actually having some fun with StreamYard, checking it out. We're going to try a few of the products out there for streaming. I went to go check to make sure that Google Hangouts was gone, and definitely it says
it's gone.
Hangouts has been discontinued. So it is definitely gone, but it's not a problem. We're going to just give it a shot and see how things work for us. And if it works, we'll continue with it. If it doesn't, we'll try something else. Jumbo Nick, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Magical News Live is here.
Look at that. Stacy's sharing a story with us here where she had a cousin that fell from one deck to another at the old Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Yeah, right there. Not sure what happened. Alcohol may have been involved, but he was never the same.
Oh, Stacy, so sorry. My goodness, it's so awful.
Yeah, if you're not paying attention, even the most stable, but when you're inebriated, I guess, from just excitement, but it's hard. I mean, Sometimes you fall and slip in your own house.
And there it is. D&G Explorers has joined.
Hi,
Hi
Derek
guys,
and
Derek,
Greg.
Gregory. Is it both of you or is it just one of you? Thanks for being here. Oh, D&G, Ben just talked about his baseball game.
We just have to hear
we got there, we stayed for 3 innings, we left, and I watched the rest of the game at home. And as soon as the last out was rung up, I turned off the TV and rolled over and went to bed. And actually had a really, really terrible night with dreams. I never retained dreams, but last night I had a dream where I had been abducted by people who actually I knew. And
Okay.
it was weird because no matter how much I pleaded and begged them, they wouldn't let me free. And they were drugging me because they were also preparing my food in front of me, and I would see them putting the drugs in it so that they could keep control of me. It's like, I have no idea.
Dream.
Then you just
Where would you come up with a dream like this? What's wrong with me?
Well, I think you need to get an astonishing amount of therapy. So I would. That's a sign that you need help.
Or maybe I just need to go to Disneyland.
That'll help. That'll help.
It's the biggest escapism that we can find. Yeah.
Yeah, Gregory says, wow, what a nightmare.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of. I retain a lot of my dreams too, but I also need copious amount of sleep.
Oh, as far as eating at the ball game, all I had was an individual pizza.
Yeah, Cece says, what did he eat at the baseball game?
What did you?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
And then
One extra slice from my sister. No, all I had was a bottle of water.
Gotta remember, these two are Puritans.
Yeah, I wouldn't call us Puritans, but
or was AJC Magic TV says it was too much Shep.
well, not yet.
Oh my goodness. Well, okay, why don't we go ahead and get on topic of what we were supposed to be discussing right now.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it already, the thing. Okay.
So what we have here is a discussion about Fantasyland. Now I know Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom just recently went through. They have the. Thank you, Doug. They have the new Fantasyland. It's been quite popular, including the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and the new Dumbo Circus that's there. It's been a few years that they've had that. In fact, Dumbo Circus has been there about 8 years now already, 7-8 years.
And the tangled bathrooms.
Yes, of course, and the tangled bathrooms.
Taking the new live stream platform. Love seeing you. Thank you, Charlie. So that's Chuck's.
Yeah.
And then
One vote for yes.
Actually, as long as I've got Charlie's name there, hey, what up, guys? The Shep family's here. Thanks,
Hi,
Shep.
guys.
As long as I've got Charlie's little comment there, he says, digging the new live stream platform, love seeing people simultaneously. Charlie is actually going to be joining us for a future show that we're in development right now. A week or two ago, we did a late night with PTV. And we had a lot of fun just talking just about anything. One of the things that we talked about was classic television, and it started me thinking, there are a lot of people that are interested in talking about TV all the time. So Charlie is quite an expert with classic television.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I don't think he watches any classic television or any comedy that was made prior to 1980 or anything after 1980. He prefers older television.
I mean, he said he liked Alf from the 80s, but generally speaking, it's I Dream of Jeannie, Carol Burnett. Oh, he loves the Golden Girls. That was
Golden
80s.
Girls. He likes Bewitched.
So what it is that it's a very fascinating topic. Come to find out, it's almost like 30 plus years old when you're dealing with some of these from the 80s. Can't believe that's long. And we're going to talk a little off topic and talk about TV. That's in a later
That's going to be another show that
we're going to have him on, and he's going to show.
And Charlie will be participating with that. So
he has a I Dream of Jeannie bottle.
So yeah, he wants to do a little show and tell of his own stuff that he has.
I'm going back to what Stacy said. Stacy said something, and I want to say.
Okay, Doug's having a fun time playing with the chat.
I don't know.
But in the meantime, we have this idea of a television of our stream. We're going to talk about classic television shows.
It is.
So that's going to be one of those things.
Hallmark is like Disney. There's no deals.
Of course, yeah. What is the best deal you guys have gotten on Hallmark ornaments?
After Christmas.
Ben?
That's the best.
Always after Christmas. Always after Christmas.
Always.
Provided I can hold off and wait until after Christmas, because I've been disappointed quite a few years. So I've gotten to the point where I will go ahead and get everything the first day it's released, so I know I have it.
It's a huge commitment, and it's a lot of money because they're not cheap. So if it's a big part of you and you want to collect it, Stacy, then you bite the bullet, because you don't know what's going to be popular. There's sometimes we go after Christmas and we get a boatload of them, but there's times where they're gone in a couple months and they just never come back. So the best deals is after Christmas. And if you're part of the rewards, Hallmark rewards, Crown rewards thing, the more you get so many points, and then you can get like $5, $3, and you can put it toward your Hallmark ornament purchase, and it comes out a couple times a year. So that's how we save money.
So there's Charlie's comments. He says, I always say I have no idea why I have a color HD television. Everything I watched was before HD, and most likely was black and white, and would love to join you guys. Charlie, that is a promise. We will be doing a new show. We just have to schedule it and work on the format, but we will definitely be getting it.
All right, but
and then Stacey said, Arnie, were you the one that saw my great deal on Instagram? Yes, Stacey. Got an ornament from 2 years ago that she picked up for $1.
Oh, you can go to
that stores. Fantastic.
An ornament from The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Yeah, you can go to their brother went to a thrift store and picked up an ornament. It was a Snoopy one, and they said they paid like $2 or $1 for it. It was like, here, do you guys have it? And we did not have it. So you don't really know what you're going to find. I've gone to estate sales and picked up this little darling, which was just thrown into it. It's a 1981 horsey one, start of the collection. Very simple, basic. This is when boxes were simple. This is the only Hallmark has only been out ornaments for what, 2 or 3 years now?
At that point, they were 1973
is when they started.
So they were still young, and they didn't have much even at the time. And this was 1981, and come to find out, I went online to see it, and the sucker's worth a huge chunk of money.
And by the way, Charlie has come to the villa at Christmas time and has seen the forest. He says, your ornament collection is incredible. I could stare at your nostalgia tree for hours on end. Thank you, Charlie. Really appreciate that.
Kay Atwood says, I want one of the... Charlie, you're going to have to explain the I Dream a Genie bottle that you have.
But we'll do that when the time
not
comes.
Now, but
Stacy wants to know where the white gloves are. They're here.
Where are they? They're over there.
Yeah, they're here.
This office is such a mess. Oh my gosh. I'm a super clean freak and organized, and right now everything is just in disarray. And
well, I'll say this: it's not as much behind you as it had been for the past week.
Well, yeah, we're starting. We're starting to reorganize all the books, so definitely. So anyway, let's get on topic.
Yeah, we're almost 20 minutes in.
We got to talk about.
Okay,
we did its pleasantries. So, Megan, no, it's all about the crystal tree. Oh, these people.
Oh, Megan, yeah.
I saw a meme this morning.
Megan, nope, it's all about that crystal tree.
I saw a meme, and it said it had who's that guy who played the elf? That show, what's his face? He's the movie Elf.
Oh, you mean
Ferrell?
Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
There's a meme that came up on my stream because it's August 1st. It goes, it is August. Is it too early to put up the tree?
Well,
I'm like, we do it. So we put ours in September. So
yeah. Pete is saying that he would appreciate that Disney already has Halloween up, and so does the McDevitt house. They've already got Halloween up.
Yeah, we're going to be doing ours. I have a huge Hallmark ornament collection. I had to restart as most of mine ended up at the bottom. Oh my God.
When our barge moved to Alaska.
Donna.
Oh, Donna. Oh.
No.
Look at all of us. We got our hands on our faces.
story there that I want to know because a barge at the bottom of the Bering Sea
Donna
sounds traumatic.
Donna, we will be talking because definitely there's a story there, and I've got to hear about your collection too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll go back to the 70s.
So we'll talk about. So
okay, that's traumatizing. Let's think of something else.
Let's get back on hand.
We're 20 minutes in. We still have yet to talk about Fantasyland.
I know.
Okay, so Fantasyland.
So Fantasyland was one of the original 5 lands at Disneyland. It started with Main Street. We had Adventureland, Frontierland, Tomorrowland, and Fantasyland.
Fantasyland.
What is it? The happiest lands of them all, I guess. Is that how it was described on the Disneyland TV show?
The happiest kingdom of them all, I believe.
Happiest kingdom of them all. That's it.
And Walt dedicated Fantasyland first, then he did Tomorrowland, then he did
Fantasyland was the last one to be dedicated, I believe.
and then he went into Town Square, and I have all the archival details of that. So Fantasyland had the most attractions there than any other land when it opened.
I believe so. It still has the most attractions of any land.
That's beautiful.
Fantasyland in Disneyland has more attractions than any land of any park, I believe. So it's a nice collection of attractions. But let's start with the ones that were there on the original opening day. When Disneyland celebrated their 50th anniversary, they made sure to focus on the original attractions that were available. And what they did was they took one vehicle in each attraction and they painted it gold. So that way you knew. And there was also a little plaque on the side of each of the attractions on a wall, and it would say original. And
or class of
1955. And you would see the classic Disneyland D, denoting that was the case. So, Ben, you're smiling about something. What's going on?
I'm just picturing Fantasyland and the original and the gold and all that. And I remember it was always fortuitous when you stepped up in line and that gold vehicle was like 3 behind. And then you counted how many people were in front of you to see if you might be able to get on that gold vehicle. That was like the thing to do at that time.
Well, they had one out in the attraction to take pictures, and then they painted one inside the attraction. So there was 2 different ones.
We have Main Street ASA has joined. Thank you so much, fellow Disneylanders.
Myers and the Mouse is here too.
Myers and the Mouse, thank you for being here. Is it Mama
Kelly?
Is it Mama Mouse or is it Papa Mouse?
Or
Child
Mouses?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no one isn't fan. Hey there.
And Megan got a gold Peter Pan ship.
Yeah,
that was quite special. So anyway,
yeah.
Fantasyland opened with a few attractions. It opened with the Mad Tea Party. It was Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Peter Pan's Flight, Snow White's Scary Adventures, and the Storybook Land Canal Boats. Now, Casey Jr. Circus Train was also in place, but it was not there. Oh, Papa Mouse is in the house. Nice.
No, they had it on opening day for 2 days.
It was there. It did not officially open until 2 weeks after Disneyland opened.
Oh,
but it was in place.
Which attraction was that?
I'm sorry?
Which attraction was that?
That was Casey Jr. Circus Train.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah, they were having problems with
the grade.
The grade. It was just a little too steep. They couldn't get the train to work quite right with people in it.
So yeah, that's sad.
But
it
was sad. But there was a lot going on there. That's a lot. There was also the carousel. The King Arthur carousel was there and has been since day one.
The thing about Disneyland, when you think about it today, pretty much everything's original there. Yeah, it got reskinned and it's absolutely gorgeous. They never subtracted anything out of there.
No, they didn't.
Since opening day, they've added it.
But added also Dumbo was added the next month, August 16th.
Yes.
Dumbo opened at Disneyland, 1955.
Yeah, they never
The Storybook Land Canal Boats, when it originally opened, were not the Storybook Land Canal Boats.
No, it was Canal Boats to the World.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing a story where the Imagineers, the people that were designing everything, were tasked with labeling things because there was nothing there. People would get on the boats, they'd go through the canal, but there was really nothing to look at. But there were even some weeds growing around, and they were tasked with putting little signs in front of the weeds to designate what the name of the plant was.
Yeah, and they would use like the scientific names to make it sound like it was a real plant.
Yeah.
To make it sound very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, Alan, thank you so
Yeah.
much. Yeah, good night, Alan. Thank you for being here.
Go back and tell me, you guys, your story that I've heard ad nauseum. Welch's grapefruit stand and what it
Not grapefruit stand.
It was not grapefruit. It was grape juice.
Grape juice Welch's, where it was, and you actually can see resemblance to this day at Disneyland, which harkens back to eons.
Ben, you want to take it?
No, you take it.
Okay.
No, you take it. No, you take it.
Welch's was a sponsor at Disneyland, and I'll tell you, it's been gone since 1982, and I still mourn the loss of that particular juice stand.
Yeah.
There was nothing quite like a glass of Welch's grape juice on a hot summer day in Anaheim as you're waiting in line for an attraction in Fantasyland. You could get various things there, but we always got the grape juice, just a glass of grape juice. And man, it was just ice cold and always so doggone tasty. And it was there for quite some time until 1982 when the whole land was torn apart and rebuilt.
And now, if you look, it's where the Bippity Boppity Boutique
It was close to there. It was along that area where Snow White is, that area.
Yeah.
So,
but if you look at the towers, there's grapevines painted on the wall to pay homage. Disney does that when they extinct something, they'll like put a little thing there. And they do that all over the Magic Kingdom.
And Disneyland has a lot of practice with extinct attractions.
Yeah, they're very good at that.
And we'll get to that. But so they added Dumbo in August of 55, and then in June of 1958 they added Alice in Wonderland. Ben, do you want to talk about that one?
I love Alice in Wonderland. I don't remember the old incarnation of the ride, but the new ride has you falling down the rabbit hole while you're riding in a caterpillar. And it just takes you through different vignettes of the movie. And the really interesting part of Alice is that it's actually a 2-story attraction, and it's built on the side of the building where Mr. Toad's Wild Ride sits. And the farther up you go, you go up into the second level of the building, which is actually over part of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Mm-hmm. And then you come out of the top level through a door, and you go down this pathway of like overgrown leaves, and you go down on the caterpillar into the final scene, which is Very Merry on Birthday. But it's a really, really cool attraction. I think it's one of their best dark rides.
I like how everything is so intertwined, because when you're going through it, there's an area of it super, super, super warm, which is right next to the devil scene of Toad.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to do Mike Wheeler. Yes, there was a pilot ship.
Yeah. I also want to say Jim was here, can't stay, but I'm giving a thumbs up. Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Okay.
And then Megan said that's why that it's always so dang hot in that one room.
Right.
It is.
It's just
that's why,
because they blast the heater in Toad, and when you're in Alice, it's just to share the show building. It's amazing how they designed all that.
Yeah.
But yes, there was a pirate ship at a restaurant when it first opened, and they moved it.
It was the Chicken of the Sea restaurant.
And they featured tuna sandwiches, tuna salads, and other delicacies around tuna.
Yeah.
And
it was interesting.
They
tried to save the whole ship. They wanted to save it and put it in place in the new Fantasyland. Unfortunately, dry rot had gotten to the best of it.
Sitting in water, and it was destroyed. It was literally crumbling.
It was just not salvageable. However, they did save part of it. And if you look closely at Peter Pan's flight at Disneyland, you'll see Peter Pan flying Captain Hook's ship off into the sky to take Wendy, John, and Michael back to London. And the steering wheel that Peter is standing behind is the same wheel that was on the pirate ship for the Chicken of the Sea restaurant in
And
Fantasyland.
there's rock work where Dumbo is, because that's where it was. And the rock work is still there of concrete artwork of the original where the Chicken of the Sea was.
Yeah.
So it's just this blob of rock. You wouldn't know it with plants around it, but that's part of the original part of that Chicken of the Sea.
And then just behind that is the entrance into Storybook Land canal boats.
So,
and you, by the way, when you go on Storybook Land, you actually get swallowed by Monstro.
yeah.
And then as the story goes, you get on this boat, you enter, you've just been swallowed by Monstro. But Pinocchio was so smart, he lit a fire and it caused so much smoke that the whale sneezed. And he sneezed so hard that it blew his tail off. And that's how we get into Storybook Land.
Yeah.
Going back to the Chicken of the Sea, it is correct if you go to Paris,
Yes.
Disneyland Paris, there's an exact replica of the restaurant there.
Yes.
So that pays homage to California Disneyland.
Yeah. Skull Rock is there as well.
Yeah. So it's
that's she wants a tuna sandwich right now.
like cat food and mayonnaise. Ugh. I don't like tuna fish. Oh,
We'll do a little chat check.
yeah.
here.
Let's chat check.
Main
Street,
Street.
show, guys. Yeah, that's good night.
Yeah. So Main Street ASA, they love the Storybook Land canal boats. Yeah, it's
cool.
It's a very nice attraction. It's unique to Disneyland. It's not in the Magic Kingdom in Florida.
Nowhere really.
No, they have one in Paris, but it's not the same. In Paris, you just get on a boat similar to that of like Small World or Pirates, and it just goes along the canal, and there is a narration that goes along. At Disneyland, there is actual host or hostess that gives you the whole story. And
there's a really good story of what used to happen in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah. Go ahead and tell it.
There's an author by the name of David Koenig, and he has collected lots and lots of stories from Disneyland cast members and guests over the years. And at one time, like on Saturday nights, it was not uncommon to see groups of Marines and Army and Navy personnel grouped together and going on one specific boat in Storyland.
Oh my gosh.
Have you heard this, Doug?
No.
Okay. Well,
keep telling the story, Ben.
Come to find out that these guys had caught word about one of the tour guides on the boat who would tell naughty stories of things that would go on in Storybook Land. And these guys would group themselves together and request a specific boat. They'd go on the boat, and she
don't mean to stop you, Ben, but Jim has just asked a quick question. He says, quickly, your brief thoughts on StreamYard. Jim, so. And the only reason why is because for free functionality, it's just so. I'm sure that if we have a monthly subscription, it would probably be easier to use. There would be some more customizable features to it. I
don't know. I don't like the screen not going automatic.
Yeah, and while we can see both screens at the same time, I do like the functionality of the auto switching that Google Hangouts offered. That was very handy. Oh, hi Juan. I didn't see you join the stream.
Hi, Juan. And then sorry, I know it's Preston's favorite. I'm sorry, tuna fish is nasty. I mean, you know.
So let's finish our thoughts for
okay.
Jim.
Yeah. So on Jim, some of the functionality is very clever. I like the fact that it's very easy to use.
Well, show them what it looks like when you put close-ups on and what we.
Here, this is what we look like.
Here, this is Doug and me. Here we are. Hi, and then we've got Ben.
It's just a lot of paid attention.
We can do this, but then Doug and I have to kind of lean into it, and that doesn't work too well. I mean, you see the PTV up here, so let's see. There it is, right there.
Yeah. Right behind Doug's head.
And then we also have this feature that we're using.
Okay, I'm getting nauseated.
Or we can do that.
Yeah.
But that's not fair to Ben.
No.
So this is the most.
Can you make mine bigger and yours smaller?
No, you can't do that.
No.
Seriously,
it doesn't.
It's just
okay, that's not fair.
It's just weird.
I've heard chatter about let's have more Ben, less Arnie and Doug.
I love a good tuna melt. Hey, you guys can go on now. Okay, one. That's fine. Hey.
Okay, how is it that Doug's comment about cat food and mayonnaise is like taking over the conversation in the
Tuna
chat?
fish is cat food with mayonnaise.
It's fine. I love the fact that the chat stream has a life of its own.
Yeah,
Fun chatting. It's wonderful to have you there like that.
You're welcome.
right, Jim.
StreamYard review. We're just hacking away. We wanted to play with it and see it in the real world and in the wild.
Thank you, Jim.
You know, we'll see. There's got to be more.
Oh, look, Marianne. Thank you for joining. Nice to have you here.
I say like, share. You got to make.
Hashtag more Ben. Thanks, Kay. I appreciate the love.
Don't listen to my dad. Okay.
Hey, I'm getting a fan club myself.
I hate tuna fish. Okay, so there's
And then Kay says hashtag more Ben.
So stop watching Snow White before bedtime. Okay.
Stop watching Snow White before bedtime. Ben.
I love Regina.
Ben.
Yeah.
So don't watch Snow White before bedtime.
Oh, kidnapping Snow White.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the thanks for the Kelly.
No. Sleepy Beauty? No, she falls asleep. Cinderella has evil, nasty sisters.
Stepsisters.
Yeah.
No, Snow White sleeps.
And so
Sleepy Beauty sleeps.
Sleeping Beauty sleeps, Snow White sleeps. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
one of the attractions of Fantasyland, I'm trying to get us back on track here.
Yeah.
It's that whole this and that thing.
Yeah,
I mean, we're just all over. You guys see what you do.
It's a
You
contagion.
rub off on us.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Anyway, it's one of the attractions that was there but was not quite. It wasn't open, although there was a presence already in the park. Even before the movie was released, Walt wanted Sleeping Beauty to be represented by the castle. So we have Sleeping Beauty Castle at Disneyland.
4 years before the movie came out.
It was 4 years.
It's insane.
And the thing is that there is a walkthrough attraction in the castle, which is absolutely delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Stacy. Stacy's definitely right. So is Noah. There it is. On topic, off topic. Yep. That's what it is. So anyway, Sleeping Beauty Castle has a delightful walkthrough attraction. However, it's definitely a walkthrough. It is a lot of stairs. So it's you climb up and then you climb down. But in the meantime, there's some great dioramas in there.
It's so
nice
historical.
animation.
It's amazing. It's awesome.
Well, before they put the dioramas in there and all that, they actually had to create a way for people to walk into the castle and get out of it safely. And when it was first developed, they had to evict a lot of critters that had taken up residency inside the castle.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, what was it? Cats?
Cats,
Cats.
insects.
And when they walked out, they were covered in fleas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the castle is tiny. I mean, compared to Cinderella's that's a different story. That's not me. That ain't no me.
That was me. Someone was trying to make a phone call, and it was a spam phone call, so I declined it right away.
And I think it's Regina Mills, not Regina George. And it's Regina Mills. It's flawless. She drives a silver Lexus and has 2 Fendi handbags. I love Regina Mills. I think she's my spirit animal.
Regina Mills?
From Once
She's
Upon a
the
Time.
evil queen from Once Upon a Time.
Oh my God.
No. See, that's why I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
I
see.
have yet to watch that series. I've been chastised by Megan more than once for not having watched any of it.
And Sean is there.
Is that where
Thanks for
the
being here,
cats
Sean.
were born? Who knows? It was a giant field.
Actually, they were having problems with mice.
Yeah, because it's a field and it was all open.
And I don't know the whole story about it though. About where
I can figure it out.
about where the feral cats came from.
Yeah, and there's
But-
legends.
There are definite stories about the cats of Disneyland. I remember seeing many when I was living down there in the 90s. I would see cats, especially in Fantasyland. There are lots of areas to come and go in between the plants and so forth. And the cats it could be a little brazen.
Yeah, but Disney needed to do it.
much like the little birds on the tables in Fantasyland restaurants, where they're just
they're all gonna get
down trying to get your French fries.
That's the one.
And God, I know.
OMG, Ben, you have to watch Once Upon a Time. It's great. Stacy.
Okay.
Good.
Maybe we should have a kind of a book night, but we'll do a video night, and we'll just kind of like watch a show, and then we'll discuss it online.
You can blow through quite fast. I would. It's that repeatable.
Well, we already had Doug reading a cookbook last week. So.
I could start that.
Charlie, put Charlie's comment there. That's the one.
After all,
it's the house the mouse built.
Yeah, he wants to control his own.
Very true, Charlie. Very true. So anyway, that was one of the original attractions. And Fantasyland also ended up in 1959 getting an attraction, but it didn't start out there. It started in Tomorrowland during the 1959 expansion, and that's when they added the monorail, they added the submarine voyage, and they added the Matterhorn bobsleds.
Mm-hmm.
That was originally part of Tomorrowland. But I don't know when the switchover was to when they started considering it part of Fantasyland.
It was sometime in the 60s.
Because they can go back.
But I don't know the exact year, though.
No, sometimes all of a sudden Matterhorn is Tomorrowland. Then all of a sudden Matterhorn is Fantasyland. They've gone and got back and forth.
The comment there, Peranini says, yes, last time I was at Disneyland, I did see kitties. Right here.
Right here?
Yeah, right there. No, right there. Right there. There you go.
This thing is last time I was at
Pearl Nini.
I did see Perini.
Pearl Nini says yes.
Oh wow. Yes, it's not hard to see kitty cats there. It's not hard. They are there.
Sean's asking if Regina George is from Mean Girls, and
I don't know.
No, Sean, it's a character from Once Upon a Time, which I've now been chastised by more than one person in here for never having watched.
I'm never a villain person, and I never thought until I watched that, and it pays homage to Rumpelstiltskin and the Evil Queen. I have to say I have a new appreciation for villains.
Okay, and Mike is asking a question. Wasn't the area where the Matterhorn was a hill and picnic area?
Yes.
Holiday Hill. The first inkling of that area wasn't even part of Disneyland because it was just where they put all the dirt when they dug the moat out for the castle.
Yep.
And then at one point it became an area that became a large tower to let the Skyway go over from Fantasyland to Tomorrowland.
Yep.
But between the time that it was the hill that was just formed out of dirt from the moat and the time that it became the tower, yes, they did use it as a picnic area.
Yeah. So yeah, they had the Skyway in the 50s that they added, and then when they built the Matterhorn, they put the Skyway through the Matterhorn. And then, of course, in the 60s, the Matterhorn bobsleds became part of Fantasyland.
I thought there was an area for circus. Yes, Walt Disney did have an actual circus. It was called the Mickey Mouse Club Circus.
Yes.
And then the Mickey Mouse Club did it. And it was a gimmick to get in the holiday time off season of summer. And it was a very short-lived thing. And Walt realized he can't have it for a long time, only for like a couple months. It was very short. I'll get the exact amount of time. But because we're dealing with live animals, they're a real pill to deal with, and they cost a fortune. And so Roy told his brother, you're going to have to nix this. This is like a real logistical, having animals around. We got to get rid of it. It's costing us a fortune. So
it was in the very early years of Disneyland.
He was throwing anything out the wall.
Oh, Amy's got to leave. Thank you so much for being here, though, Amy. She's got an early morning. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So go ahead and highlight Stacy's comment there. It says,
that's true.
Yeah. Good night.
Well, that one.
No, right up. Yeah, there it is. Once upon a time taught us that most villains are just misunderstood. Okay. All but Cruella de Vil. She was evil.
Oh, yes. She was horrible.
She was.
And Peter Pan, I thought Peter Pan was evil, so.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Peter Pan ended up being the villain of.
He was the villain.
So, yeah.
Okay, I have a question. Back in 2002, I got 2 sweat jackets with hoods. Never worn. Adult sizes. One goofy, one with all the characters on the back of the jackets. Okay. Please continue.
Sawyer in the middle. Thank you for being here. Great to have you here. So anyway,
I can go back to a lot of my jackets, my stuff I got back in the late 90s.
you've got a lot of jackets. Doug
And
has a lot of
sweatshirts.
jackets. So anyway, there have been a lot of attractions that have come into Fantasyland. Of course, they also had a train stop there. They added, of course, Ben, your favorite attraction.
It's a Small World.
Yep.
I got a story about It's a Small World, though.
Okay.
That's new.
Okay. Hold on to that thought.
Oh, she's asking.
Arnie is asking if they're worth anything. Well, that's actually a very good question.
Yes, and
It depends.
no.
It depends on the quality of the merchandise, what's the condition of it,
Mhm.
and then do your research. Find out if anything similar to it is running on eBay. That's really going to be the best way for you to check to see if they're valuable. Because if it's you see it on eBay and it's a certain price and you feel like you can part with it, go for it.
With one thing about Disney, everything is worth something as long as someone's willing to pay for it. And so all the stuff that we have and we showed, even with white gloves, none of the stuff is worth absolutely anything. So as long as people are willing to pay for it.
Oh, Cece says Pepper Tree Villa. Pearl Nini had asked in another stream about the jackets, and we all said you guys were the ones to ask.
There is certain patterns were really popular, and stuff comes and goes.
Oh, Stacy, thank you so much for that.
I can vote for. I could vouch for.
Main Street Aces. Yeah, there you go.
A bit off topic, but is anyone going to see the Main Street Electrical Parade tomorrow?
Oh, I'm doing a live stream from Disney tomorrow on TV.
By the way,
be there.
Everyone, there's going to be a live stream of the first showing of the Main Street Electrical Parade tomorrow from Disneyland. I will go ahead and put a link on Twitter for that so that you can see that. And I'll probably put a link on my Facebook page as well. So if you're not already connected, make sure that you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And you'll get all of our latest information there. But so
if
yeah,
there were employee jackets.
I wish we were going to be there.
Well,
that would be fantastic. Oh, about the jackets at the employees. Oh, she went to Company D.
Company D. If they're cast member jackets, yes, there's something. So, yeah, I mean, if you have a phone that has a camera like everybody does, I'm curious to see what these look like because I know the parks intimately circa 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005.
Okay, blah, blah, on.
So.
Anyway,
yeah, we're gonna do the watch party on TV, the live stream that the mouse is gonna
Ben,
do.
you were gonna tell us about a story of Small World.
Yeah, go on your Small World thing.
Okay, this story was requested by Megan to tell, and that is, while she likes It's a Small World very much, the only time she likes to go on is when her brother Jeremy is available to go to ride on the ride next to her.
Okay.
Jeremy is definitely a person of his own character. You never know what Jeremy's thinking. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth. And generally, when he talks, it's going to be something that's so weird, it's funny. This topic came up over dinner a few years ago, and Megan loves it. Jeremy, whenever he goes on It's a Small World, has an irrational fear that the boat in the canal is going to capsize. And
It's just deep.
yeah, I know. There's no physical way for these boats to capsize, but Jeremy just has this fear that when he's in the boat, it's gonna flip over.
Oh, is it like when it ends? You mean where that boats kind of tilt?
No,
Jeremy
Amanda, thank you so much. And then Megan says, "He's special." Say it.
He is special.
And Donna is laughing. Salazar,
We're
thank you for
hard.
being here.
Yeah, Jeremy is definitely.
Poor Jeremy.
Oh no, there's no poor Jeremy. He can outwit any of us.
And then Case is good enough for him to stay off Small World.
He has not an archaeology degree.
And Megan says he has to sit in the very middle of the boat, in the middle of the bench seat. He won't sit anywhere else. It's true.
Let's just say he has really great dinner conversations because he has a degree from UCLA from archaeology, anthropology.
Anthropology.
So he can talk about.
He has very scintillating conversations over dinner.
Yeah, titillating
No,
conversations.
scintillating.
Scintillating?
Scintillating. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was titillating.
No.
Titillating.
No.
Something else.
That's something else. It's scintillating.
But titillating's excitement.
Don't stop saying that. It's scintillating.
Scintillating. Yeah, he talks about Neanderthals and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah, Mike Wheeler is saying that they would never capsize, but the boats would bottom out. Funny story about that. When Small World was undergoing a massive redo at Disneyland several years ago, they had to actually fix the canal by lowering it by about 2 inches and getting boats that were a little more buoyant, because the ride hadn't been touched since the ride had been developed in the 60s. And between the 60s to now, the average size of the American has ballooned.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to have the boats not bottom out through the canal, they had to make all kinds of adjustments because, well, let's face it, America has fat cans.
It's true.
We're
And the thing
corpulous.
yeah, corpulent, definitely corpulent. And the thing is that boats were getting stuck in the canal. They had to actually physically go out and pull the boat through part of the canal because of how tight the corners were. Hey, the Philly Cruise here. Thank you so much for joining. It's good to see you.
The boats on, didn't they ended up, because they used the bigger boats, they converted the boats first to pirates, and then they turned around and used the exact same boat design for a Small World.
No, they couldn't because the canal is narrower for Small World than it is for Pirates. They're wider. Small World, you can fit 3 adults across.
Oh,
Pirates you can fit 4.
Yeah.
And there's 1 extra row on Pirates too.
But I remember Fat American Cans. Hashtag Fat American Tanks. Thanks, Donna.
No, we're all like our sweets, and we like our soda pop, and we like our Dole Whip, and
burgers and
legs,
fries and hot dogs
fries,
and pizza and spaghetti.
popcorn.
Yeah,
we're
okay, so let's get back on topic here,
Yeah,
Ben.
so the boats, I actually went on Small World before they redid it with lots of large people, and we had to have people on the edge of the boats having their arms out, pushing the boat along just to get to the areas where the boats would float freely without bottoming out.
Yeah, the boats were not floating. So that for those that have never been to Disneyland, Small World is constructed differently than it is in Magic Kingdom. In Magic Kingdom, the rooms are flooded pretty much like they are on Pirates of the Caribbean. However, in California, Small World is literally a canal. And so
it was the same thing that was in the World's Fair.
You can reach out and actually touch the edge of the canal so that you can push the boat along in the event that something bottoms out or slows down.
Yeah, you're floating. It's really
Although
cool.
Hey, good night, Kate. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Kay. Thank you so much for being
Ta-ta.
here. But they always encourage you to keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times.
Yes.
So
One time, the cast member had to come and rock back and forth until we got free. Yes, they do. They wear the giant waders, and then they walk in, and then they have ways to get you in, and they have to physically move the boat until sometimes you can hop out and do backstage.
Yeah,
on Pirates.
Pirates is a very interesting evacuation attraction.
This doesn't sound like it will end well. LOL. No, they do a really good job because it's just a canal.
Hashtag we are going to sink.
Now, if you watch Tomorrowland with George Clooney, which I actually liked the movie, it tanked horribly, and they could have done so much better.
Oh, Sierra Tales, thank you for joining.
Hi, Sierra. If you watch the Tomorrowland movie, they have a beautiful scene that's nothing but Disneyland Small World. It's where the girl goes into the
That's
vortex.
right. That's right. And not just that, but also on the outside,
The outfit. It's all Disneyland.
it's actually the Disneyland attraction, and they did a lot of green screen technology and computer animation, and
the boat.
they changed the facade of Small World at Disneyland so that it looked like the original building at the New York World's Fair. Very interesting.
Yeah, they made it look like the World's Fair.
It looked great.
Yes, I thought it was a good movie too. So just got a bad rap.
Stacy, sounds like we need a movie night.
Yeah, I need to do like that. Oops, sorry, I might have something. Okay, we're just trying to go. Yeah, we're ready to go to the House of Mouse. Thank you, Juan.
Yeah, it is almost time for our meetup.
Yeah, what's going on?
But Small World is definitely Ben's favorite attraction, so we talk about that.
What is your? I mean, I know the answer, but to all the fans of YouTube World, I have an idea. What is your fascination? What could you consider it to be your attraction?
What, Small World?
Yeah.
What
is it?
I just like the design, the facade by Mary Blair, and just the general feel that all the lands inside the attraction have. It's just for me, it's just a visually stunning ride.
Yeah,
it's simple.
Yeah,
but impactful. Yeah. It's one of the most dramatic.
Simple yet impactful.
Yeah, simple can be less is more, and
yeah. Now, one thing I am going to do when we're in Southern California, we like Juan said, we have a meetup coming very soon at Disneyland. Hey, Zippity Doodad, he's back. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks for being here. Small World. I will be doing a point of view video of Small World. Ben will probably have his camera on one side. I'll have my camera on the other so that we can get both sides of the attraction documented. I'll do a nice edit of it. And then we're actually going to do a search video. And that's because Disneyland's version of Small World is different than Florida. There are Disney characters in Small World in Disneyland. So you will see things like Gus and Jacques from Cinderella. You will see Pinocchio. Those are the only ones I'll mention, but you'll have to try and see how many of them you can find.
It's not gratuitous. I think the characters...
It was perceived as being gratuitous when it first happened several years ago. As a matter of fact, a lot of the purists were very upset.
Totally pissed.
They were very upset about adding Disney characters to Small World. And now it's no big deal.
It's actually kind of cool. They have some other ones. I like the layover, over the Christmas. I think 1997. The first time I ever went on it was
Megan's because I'm getting hush.
Thanks,
Megan. Thanks for being here.
I think that overlay, started the extreme overlays. Was 1997 was the best thing I've ever done. I think, hands down, the Small World overlay for Christmas is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
that is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, that was weird. I was in here and my chat was still thrown into Windstream.
That is weird. Dances with Goofy. That's very odd.
Blame it all. I guess there's a black moon tonight, or there was a black moon last night. It's 2 moons in July that are new moons.
So anyway, that was Fantasyland prior.
That was the last.
That was
expansion.
Yeah, Small World was done in 66. It opened.
Yeah. Then 1983.
Well, 82, they looked at Fantasyland. Actually, in the early 80s, they looked at Fantasyland and says, you know what? A lot of these attractions are starting to fall apart. The maintenance is far beyond what a regularly scheduled maintenance can handle. So the Imagineers looked at each other and they said, let's redo Fantasyland. And so in 1982, they took a bulldozer to some of the buildings. Ben, do you want to tell a little story about that at all?
The story is good.
Was it Tony Baxter that was in charge of the project? And they had decided that they were going to do this, and they went ahead and did it. And when all was done, the first day after deconstruction of the land, Tony Baxter looked over the entire land and he went, oh my gosh, what have we done?
But it was because of light. They didn't turn off all the electrical. And when they were destroying it, one of the lights flickered on.
Yeah,
And it freaked
well,
everybody
the thing
out.
is, no, it wasn't that just flickered on. Fantasyland and Main Street, all the buildings are all lined with lights. And some of the electrical was still on Fantasyland. So all of a sudden, the time came for the lights to turn on, and they did. And Tony saw that and said, "Oh my gosh, what have we done? We've destroyed Walt's Park."
Walt is turning in his grave. He's so upset with us.
But they went forward with the redo, and at that point, there was no looking back. But the end result is spectacular. We have what is now considered just a beautiful, one of the most beautiful parts of Disneyland.
The little Bavarian village.
And then they redid the walkway. It was all concrete slab. It was painted green. And then for the 2000, they were ripping out sections and putting these little beautiful Italian stone to make a kind of like a cobble street. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. Well, we had the 9/11 attacks in 2001. So there's sections at the time if you went there right after 2001 into 2002, there were sections not finished because they couldn't import the fancy rock from
Christine.
Italy.
Thanks for joining.
And Donna finished it.
By the way, Donna, thank you for putting the mailing address there. We have a new mailbox. And by the way, I posted a video today about that mailbox. So if you get a chance, go take a look at it. It talks about a mail call that we had. I got a couple of gifts in the mail from one friend from Utah, and we got one from the This and That crew via Zippity Doodad. Cool. So go ahead and take a look at that video a little later.
You're not obligated. I don't want people to feel they have to send stuff.
But we went ahead and did this because we've been getting requests. Mm-hmm. People have been asking us, can we send you something? So we thought we'd better get an address. So we did.
Yeah. So we do appreciate it. We think it's very heartfelt and very kind of you all. So yeah, then 1983, the new Fantasyland Pinocchio came.
Okay.
And that was about it.
Actually, what I've got here is something from Stasis. Did you guys hear about a night a couple of months ago when the lights in Disneyland were glitching? They were having some kind of major issues that night, and Britt was streaming for Resort TV 1 that night. You know, I did hear about that. I didn't realize that we could have seen it streamed.
Wow.
But there were some electrical issues in Orange County that night, and specifically around Disneyland. And they were having problems with, in fact, even last year, there was a problem where some of the power went out, and some of the attractions had to be evacuated because there was no power. Mm-hmm. And it happened for several hours.
People got to remember, a lot of Disneyland.
Oh, bye,
water,
Donna.
electricity.
Donna, thanks for being here, Donna. Appreciate it.
A lot of all the water and the gas is from the city of Anaheim. They do generate some of their electricity, but they do get some from the city too.
Yeah.
So it's not a self-sustaining thing where like Walt Disney World, they do it all.
Yeah, the Reedy Creek.
Yeah, the sewer is all Anaheim. Disney has, that's not theirs. They have to deal with it, and it's so compact and everything.
Well, anyway, to go on about the new Fantasyland of 1983. They had a Bavarian village, and they added so much detail. If you were to go to Snow White's Scary Adventures, you stand in front of the attraction, look up at a window above the entrance of the attraction, and you'll see a window that has curtains on it, and all of a sudden the curtains open, and there's the Evil Queen looking down on Fantasyland.
Details.
It's actually almost bone-chilling at times when you see it, if you're not expecting it.
You just look up, and there's just enough light even at nighttime.
Yeah, very cool. They had to cancel. I'm not surprised, Stacy. Yeah, Fantasmic gets canceled sometimes for the most random reasons.
Fantasmic can.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a very complicated. It's resource intensive. It's not an easy show to put on. At all.
But let's see some of the other details. I remember I was there with my cousin Diana once, and her brother was there. They had her niece and nephews were there, and we were standing in line for Dumbo the Flying Elephant. And there, of course, on top of the balloon in the very center of the attraction is Timothy J. Mouse, who is Dumbo's best friend, has a feather in his hand. Diana said, I don't know who that mouse's name is. And I turned to the kids because they were asking her and said, that's Timothy J. Mouse. And I told them the whole story. And Diana said, I'm so glad you're here. I have no idea of any of this, what's going on.
Yeah, people do that to us.
The perimeter of the ride, I remember they put in these wonderful little details of like the pachyderms on top of each other, all gold leaf. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. And then just recently, they've added shade to the queue. So you don't have to stand in the sun anymore.
Yeah, it's not oppressive to stand in the sun.
That was really done to help guest flow for Galaxy's Edge. Because Disneyland has such narrow walkways, they needed to do everything and anything they could think of to get people out of the walkways to increase the flow of guests that they were anticipating for the new land that was coming.
They're coming. That's just a little slow, but it's starting to come.
But Dumbo had the queue that wrapped around the front of it, and then now it's off to that. Actually, it's that fountain area that we're talking about with the Chicken of the Sea restaurant.
Chicken of the Sea.
It's back that way now. So anyway, let's see. Samantha, I'm going to be coming to San Diego September 1st to the 15th with September 12th at Disneyland. Samantha, fantastic. Congratulations. I wish I could be there on September 12th.
Disneyland always gets vandalized, and it's so sad that people can't keep their hands to themselves, and this is why we can't have nice things. This is absolutely disgusting.
No, you're right.
The sign for Club 33 in New Orleans Square was gone forever. And come to find out, because of grad night, someone actually destroyed the little plaque, and it had to be remade, and it took them months and months to make. And Disney was not happy. I mean, why would you? It makes me. I'm trying not to have a sudden onset of Tourette's.
I can tell the story. Remember in the 90s, Ben, which radio station was it in Southern California?
K-Rock.
Oh no. It wasn't K-Rock. It was
Rick Dees.
It was one that Rick Dees was.
Yeah, Rick Dees, the DJ in Los Angeles in the mid 90s.
Yeah.
And his radio station did a morning promotion on Halloween where they said that anyone that came during the radio broadcast between, was it 6 and 8, would get into Disneyland for free.
It was like between 7 and 9, I believe.
Yeah.
If they were wearing a costume.
Yeah.
And the hordes descended on Disneyland. And after Halloween, they had to shut down the park, certain parts of the park early to start fixing all the vandalism that had occurred because the people that could not normally get into Disneyland were in there destroying the park. It was very sad. It was very sad. But there was a lot of graffiti, a lot of broken windows, just names scratched into the sides of garbage cans, anything you could think of. Signs disappearing. It was pretty bad.
Really, the reason that the sign disappeared is due to the Freemason connection of Club 33. There's actually a YouTube video about that sign being. I would love to hear about. I want to hear about. There's so many urban legends with Club 33.
I would be willing to do a little research on that.
I have club members. I can find out.
But let's go ahead and go down to the one couple down, Mike Wheeler, where Mike says no zip slips. So please, no Tourette's.
I don't have sudden onset Tourette's.
So, Patrick, one thing that you missed sending out
Kiss FM.
Yeah, we didn't get any duct tape.
This is family friendly.
Kiss FM, that's it.
Kiss FM.
Thank you, Mike. It's Kiss FM. Thank you.
They did that, and because people that normally can't afford, and it was going down to the lowest common denominator, went. And not to say that Disney's not available and everybody's allowed. It's just that type of crowd just didn't care.
That the park was inundated, and they had to let so many people in for free. Even after the promotion was over, people were still coming in costume and expecting to get in for free. And it was a bad day.
It was really bad.
They decided not to do that ever again. But anyway, I got off topic there. Fantasyland.
We're
Villagers, I am so sorry. I have been just off topic all night. So sorry. Anyway, So the new Tomorrowland opened, and all the details there. Ben, Alice didn't open on opening day of it. They took that down after, right?
Right. Alice in Wonderland didn't open with the park's redo in spring of 1983. I think it opened in the fall of 1983.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was the year after. Oh, thank you, Noah. I appreciate it.
And that's the version that I'm familiar with.
Lothar, I can go lot.
I'm looking here at Amanda says, I got in for free on my birthday. I remember there was that year that people could get into Disneyland for free on their birthday. There was that promotion. They did that.
Was that in the 90s?
No, that was actually about 14, 15 years ago, I think.
It wasn't in the decade.
Yeah, it was. I believe it was.
Oh, I find that hard to believe. Well,
because I wasn't in Southern California.
I got in free on my birthday. Can you tell me what year you got in free? I would like to know. And Lothar, there is a zillion stories out there. So there is a lot about Club 33.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And then right over here says Myers the Mouse. No worries. We watch this and that. We understand off topic. You guys are great. Love off topic.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate that, Kelly.
We feel.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. What should we? Do we have fantasies? Literally in Fantasyland, do you feel it needs to be upgraded, or is there other things in Disneyland you want to see? Because you hear the Disneyland expansion of Fantasyland, where they want to add to it or remodel a lot of it.
Well, remember in the 80s they did bring in Videopolis.
They did Videopolis.
They wanted Michael Eisner wanted to attract the young and hip crowd to Disneyland so that they could come and have fun. So they created what eventually became the Fantasyland Theater. It was Videopolis, and they had a lot of lights and things. I remember one thing about Videopolis. They had these lights that when they turned on, they shot straight up into the sky, way up high.
It was like the beginning moments of Fantasmic.
That's where the lights came from. The lights were moved from Videopolis, and they were repurposed for Fantasmic. And so when they did Fantasmic in Florida, they used the same type of lights. Of course, they weren't the same. They had to buy new ones for the theater, but it's the same idea. The lights shoot straight up. And there was one thing also about the new Fantasyland. When the original Fantasyland opened in 1955, there was a movie theater there. It was, I don't remember if was it called the Fantasyland Theater or the Mickey Mouse Theater, something like that. But they would show Mickey Mouse cartoons.
Yeah.
And when they did the new Fantasyland, they tore down that part. And instead of rebuilding the theater, they added a new attraction that they had just developed also for Tokyo Disneyland. And it was called Pinocchio's Daring Journey. So that's yet one more attraction that is not in the Magic Kingdom in Florida.
They probably did, because during the early odd decades, we had that recession. And I'm sure that's probably what they did. Yes, Eisner sent out in 95, 98 Christmas cards.
And I got a ticket to any part. Do you feel thank you so much.
And the theater sucks in a lot of people.
They need to get rid of the Fantasyland. Okay, yeah, I said it. Okay, Juan, let's discuss that. Ben, Fantasyland Theater gone. Say it's gone. What would you do with that space?
Anything else?
Anything specific?
I would actually like to see something done with the lagoon that used to have the motorboat cruise just north of the Matterhorn, because that's a big chunk of property that could be filled in and used for more Fantasyland. They could do a Beauty and the Beast attraction over there, because it would look really nice sitting underneath the Alps.
Okay, I have a theory about that, actually. I say they don't just do Beauty and the Beast over there. I say they could do Beauty and the Beast where Fantasyland Theater is right now.
Yeah.
But utilize that area where the boats are.
Yeah.
And use it for part of the new Tomorrowland. I want to see Tomorrowland almost just completely gutted.
Oh, okay.
I want to see
rebuilt.
Tomorrowland.
And if that's the case, they could potentially use a portion of that and rework the monorail track so that it goes around it.
Mm-hmm.
Remove the Utopia, remove the submarine voyage, and the Old People Mover track, which is falling apart as it is. And maybe put in a couple of attractions in that area that would be different. Tron is a possibility.
One, they could be Beauty and the Beast. It's a great intellectual, very old intellectual property. It's strong. I can see them doing it. But I also think that they're going to wait and see about Frozen because they're going to really, really, really milk Frozen. So if Frozen does very well, you might see a present, then they're going to probably expand it. But with Fantasyland being so amazing and beautiful, the land is perfect. Yeah, it could be added and there could be some stuff. What Disneyland needs a lot of help is Tomorrowland. So the resources that I don't think need to be put in Fantasyland right now, I think it needs to be put in Tomorrowland.
And you see, Juan agrees, says, yes, I can't wait for them to demolish Tomorrowland. But please keep Space Mountain, pretty please.
It sits on itself. Got everything else.
Absolutely. Space Mountain, the way it's situated, it's pretty much just tucked into the corner of the area. What do you think, Ben?
Sure. Yeah. I actually like Juan's idea of bringing the trackless Beauty and the Beast attraction.
Yeah.
But I'd also like to see Tangled represented in the new Fantasyland in more than just a bathroom. It's such a great movie.
And it would be very distinct to Disneyland.
Yes, it would.
I think they could do a dark ride or
Matt
with the thing.
Matt just joined. Matt, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Matt's going to be at D23 as well.
I don't know what a Matt is.
Yeah, Jack Sandy Claus.
Oh, sorry. I try. I don't. Again, he's my... So
I'm the social director.
Yeah,
and Doug's a little slow sometimes.
I know. I just make stuff look pretty. So, that's what I do. It's called divide and conquer.
Yep.
So I mean, how much I could say I would love to see the trackless Beauty and the Beast. I would love the restaurant in Florida to come. I would love all this, but I don't want necessarily another carbon copy from another park over. I actually want them to do it different. What have they not done?
There, you mentioned restaurant. I want to talk about the restaurants that they have had in Fantasyland. Of course, we discussed the Chicken of the Sea restaurant, but now they have an area that used to be called... what was it called?
There's nowhere to eat in Fantasyland.
Yes, there is.
Where?
Yes, there is. There is definitely a place to eat in Fantasyland.
Where?
Right next to Pinocchio
Tavern.
Oh, the Red Rose Tavern.
It is now called the Red Rose Tavern. What was the name of it before?
The Village House.
It was the Village House. And inside the Village House, if you were to look at the exit sign, you go in the restaurant, and then you turn around and you leave the restaurant through the same door. Up above was an exit sign. The exit sign was just off center of the door. And painted was a fresco on the wall of Figaro, the cat from Pinocchio. And he had a little rope where he was trying to pull the exit sign so that it would be centered over the door. Now, if you go to Disneyland Paris, there's a Village House restaurant there as well. And if you go there and look at the same exit sign, instead of saying exit, it says sortie, which is exit for in French. But above that door, you will see another fresco of Figaro. And he's doing this kind of a symbol with his paw. And a little, because the exit sign is centered over the doors. I love that story. I think that's really cool.
Plaza Inn and the Carnation Cafe are also in Fantasyland. Well, there's little things, but Plaza Inn is actually Main Street.
Yeah, Plaza Inn is Main Street.
It's Main Street.
Carnation Cafe is actually halfway up Main Street. If you're going from Town Square up to the castle, Carnation Cafe will be on your left-hand side as you're passing what used to be the watch shop on Main Street.
Yeah.
They used to have the Carnation Plaza Gardens, which served ice cream.
That was it. Thank you. Yeah, it was. That's right, Ben.
It was the Heidi.
What else did they serve?
Just ice cream and snacks.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's they don't have any grandiose outside of the Red Rose Tavern, which is actually really good, which used to be a Village House. There's not any rest.
But at least now what they have with the Red Rose Tavern, I'll just say it. The gray stuff. It's delicious. It really is delicious.
I know.
Actually,
I can't wait.
Come to think of it, I really should do a video of the gray stuff, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, we do have some footage from last summer where we did a review of the Red Rose Tavern.
Yes, we do.
I'll take a look at that and see if I can't throw an edit together this weekend.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I'll do a throwback video from last summer.
Matt of Jack Sandy Claus Logan, he asked earlier if anyone was going to be at D23, and Matt, Doug, Arnie, and I are going to be down at Disneyland that weekend. So if you want to get in touch with us and meet us and meet up with us, go ahead and hit us up on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll go ahead and try and arrange a meetup.
And he's asking if it's going to be safe after the shooting that happened. The shooting that I think Matt is referring to is a shooting that happened at the Gilroy Garlic Festival.
Yeah.
That was a disgruntled 19-year-old that cut through all the security. It's a very sad story, but
it's tragic
some people were killed, but at this time now, it's still that people survived, and but
just trying to look at the positive.
Exactly.
He just
So anyway,
needed more Disney in his life.
So anyway, the restaurants that were there, I guess you could say that there's a little snack. There are a couple snack shops,
snacky things,
but the only restaurant in Fantasyland right now is the Red Rose Tavern.
That's it
that I can think of.
You get turkey legs, but that's across from the Matterhorn.
Yeah,
you can get
you
can get the gray stuff twist at Maurice's.
The snacks
there at the theater.
Yeah, right outside the theater where they do the Tangled show.
Exactly.
They have that.
Yeah.
card.
By the way, Samantha, I hope you're still here, because if you are, make sure that you check out one of the little shows they do at the theater right outside the fairy tale meet and greet. They have shows of Beauty and the Beast. They do Tangled, and these guys are storytellers. They have a pianist on stage. Hysterical. You will not regret seeing that.
It's a cute show.
It's really, really, really entertaining.
It's one of Jeremy's go-to things.
Yeah, it really is. So she's asking, is the gray stuff like sweet? No. I've never had it.
No.
It's not tremendously sweet. It actually has a nice flavor of cookies and cream.
Yeah, it's not cloyingly sweet. So I don't do sweet stuff, but it's a dessert. That area around Smallwood would be a great place for a new restaurant. There's really nothing there. That's the lagoon. That area in front of it and those big towers could go bye-bye.
The closest restaurants to that area, you'd have to go into Toontown to get something to eat.
But they don't have restaurants in Toontown.
You could go just to the quick.
They just have like vending windows.
Yeah, they have hot dogs.
You go up and you ask for a hot dog or a pretzel or a soft serve.
Yeah, but that's the closest you've got to finding something to eat there.
Then
if you go to Fantasyland Theater, there is a little snack shop there as well when the show is going on. It's not always open, only when the show is playing.
Yeah,
there is no food in that area. If you go straight to the castle,
you have to go over to Tomorrowland.
Yeah,
or the Tomorrowland Terrace or the Pizza Port.
Yeah, the Galactic Grill is what it's called right now, but forever it will always be known as the Tomorrowland Terrace.
That really, for some reason, their cheeseburgers were really good.
Yeah.
I always had to get one there. Yeah, you think about Disneyland in that area has like no big restaurants.
The only thing we don't have there in Tomorrowland is Sunny Eclipse.
I think there's a reason for that.
Yeah. It's amazing how stuff is so stupid gets a cult following. It's great. So,
well, there are a lot of people who like Sunny Eclipse.
It's an audio animatronic.
Yeah, so why not? People
I mean, I'm odd, but
So, do we have any final thoughts on fantasy?
Yeah, what on Fantasyland?
Yeah,
I just don't want to hear at D23 that they're going to expand it or make a new Fantasyland or do an expansion. I want to put the resources and time in Tomorrowland. That's all I like to end. That's my thing. I don't. Fantasyland's fine. It could be upgraded. That's late in the 20s.
But Tomorrowland is in a much more desperate need of being fixed from 20 years ago.
I agree. But we'll talk about Tomorrowland on another show. In fact, we might do that next week. Let's just see how our topics go. We might discuss Tomorrowland at Disneyland next week.
No, it's all about the Haunted Mansion.
Okay, we'll talk about the
I don't
Haunted
know.
Mansion.
I'm mourning that I can't.
Wait, Juan just had a little topic there. Just put it up on the screen.
Tomorrowland Terrace has a secret menu. It's the animal style burger
Like In-N-Out, but always get the veggie wrap
with
with
cilantro.
Okay, they can't do cilantro.
You
They'll
just
gag.
lost me at cilantro.
Both of us at the cilantro one. Sorry.
Yeah, they'll gag.
It tastes like dirt to me, and it overpowers everything.
It tastes like soap. Sorry, but
Yes.
that's me.
Yeah, the Sunny
You know,
Clubs
Sunny-
is the same mold. That is absolutely true.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah,
Yeah, animal style like In-N-Out. Well, I could see that.
yeah. Amanda, oh my goodness,
If-
you know about In-N-Out.
If you come to California, there's just some California things, and I know there's some in Texas, but In-N-Out is an institution of California.
Oh, Rachel,
and
thanks for being back.
It's not that I want to go to In-N-Out to get a burger. I want to go to In-N-Out because I want the In-N-Out flavor. It has nothing to do with the burger.
Oh,
They have
Dances with
delicious
Goofy. I have to get absurdly early
Okay.
tomorrow, so I'm off. Thanks for being here, Dances with Goofy.
Cha.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So there's that. But that's our love and our feel about it. Does anybody have any other questions about, it has a zillion attractions.
Yeah.
So many attractions in it.
So right now, just off the top of my head, currently, Fantasyland in Disneyland has the Princess Fairy Tale meet and greet. I forget what the official name of that is.
The little rooms.
Yeah, Juan, can you tell me what the official name of that is? I don't have that information in front of me. So there's that one. There is the Sleeping Beauty Castle walkthrough. There is the King Arthur Carousel. Is it King? King Arthur Carousel.
Arthur's Carousel.
King Arthur's with it. Yeah.
And then Snow White's Scary Adventures, Pinocchio. Then we have the other side is Peter Pan's Flight, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Alice in Wonderland, The Mad Tea Party. Then we have
Dumbo.
Casey Jr. Circus Train, Storyland Canal Boats, Dumbo. Then we have Small World, and we have the Matterhorn bobsleds. That's 14 attractions.
14 attractions.
That's a lot.
That's a
I
lot.
think it's enough.
You know, I think that's even more attractions than Hollywood Studios has that are actual physical rides right now.
It's in such a small little area too. But
Mike is asking if the old Skyline
Royal Hall.
Wait, was
the
that
Royal Hall?
Say that again.
Mike is asking about the Skyway or the tower in Fantasyland, if it's still there.
Oh, good question. Actually,
Yeah, the answer would be no.
no, it's not.
But
When I was there in 1994, I lived in Southern California, and I was there the last day that the Skyway was in place. I went the next day because I was in between jobs at the time, so I went to Disneyland to occupy my time when I wasn't looking for a job. And I went the next day, and they had removed the towers overnight. It was as if the Skyway had never existed. So the stations were blocked by planters. You couldn't walk up into them. Okay. Stacey, hold that thought. We'll get into that. Let me finish the story about the Skyway. So
Amanda actually already answered the question.
you're already talking about it. It's
Go ahead
yeah.
and put that up.
Oh, yeah. Mustard, grilled onions, lettuce, tomato, special sauce, pickles, all on a burger. It's called animal style. You can also do animal style fries at In-N-Out.
Yeah.
So
It's an In-N-Out thing.
it's definitely an In-N-Out.
I'm looking. She's
So
looking
anyway.
for the answer.
So the Skyway.
Skyway.
Okay. So the Skyway disappeared overnight, and they took it out. It looked like it had never been there. The only telling sign that the Skyway was there was the fact that there were holes in the Matterhorn. However, that was fixed in a renovation that happened several years later. And if you look from the Mad Tea Party up to the Matterhorn, you'll still see some kind of covered holes of the Matterhorn. However, there's this part of rock that is kind of like it comes from here.
It's like a stalactite.
And it kind of goes around and then curves over this way and attaches to the wall. It actually looks like the handle of a teacup, and that's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's a nod to its location near the Mad Tea Party.
It's very creative. It could be look like a stalactite, but it's the handle of a teacup.
Yeah.
It's the little.
So one separate answer for you on the meet and greet.
Oh, okay.
Where's
The Royal Hall.
The Royal Hall.
The Royal Hall. Okay, got it. You meet the greet. Yeah.
Yeah, when she's in, she's super popular.
Yeah.
Actually, Rapunzel is almost as popular than Elsa and Anna.
Yeah, I am amazed that they have not come up with a title attraction yet.
I would have to say they will get to that. I just want them to do very distinct stuff to Disneyland where it's nowhere else.
Pam's fam says that special sauce scares her. You know what, Pam?
It's so good.
You know what? This is actually, yeah, it's like Thousand Island dressing, but it's just a little special. I tell you, it is fantastic. California's nickname everything.
Californians, we're weird. The fifth largest economy in the world, and we're our own country.
Yeah, we do that.
Ben, you're echoing, yeah, because Ben's odd.
Am I?
Yeah,
That's a little better.
Okay, sorry.
Is the special sauce just fry sauce? No. How you guys like StreamYard, Patrick?
Patrick, how do you guys like StreamYards? Okay. Yeah, Doug is so. Hi, Jelly. Thanks for being here. So Ben and I are not.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We could do this. We could do this. It's a little, and then this is what we're doing, but since we share, it's kind of odd.
And then if you go one more.
And then this one is weird.
Not that one. I'm too small.
Yeah, I make some, or you look like a midget. So
go to the next one. No. The other way.
This one?
Yeah, try that. See, same thing. And go. No, keep going. And it's the same. And then nothing.
Yeah.
So there are several choices right below where we're seeing ourselves on screen. Hashtag Tiny Ben.
It's super easy. It's the skin and it's not software, but overall it's super easy use. I mean, super, but there's a lot of limitations.
I will say this, Pam does say the picture looks good and crisp. It is crisper than the Google Hangouts. Yes. Definitely.
It really is.
No, there is a lot of stuff that I like, the massive simplicity, but it's not a lot of control. It doesn't have the going back.
Hey, where'd I go? There I am.
Going back. This doesn't go back and forth. So
yeah, I would say that it's like Steve says on Steve's World. It's 95% there, but if we could have it like Google Hangouts where we have the screen automatically switching, that would be fantastic.
I like it going back and forth, but you need a camera and we have to like play with it. So if we're doing show and tell, I'd be like, okay, here's this, and then I can't make
that already. Get me back on. There we are.
But I can't make him bigger. So I can't get him. It's only one of us. It's really a weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. And then, but I like the chat in it.
Yeah. The thing is that the chat, we don't have to look at our phones for the chat.
I don't like that over there or the StreamYards. I believe we're using it free, so I know about branding. Yeah. I'm a branding expert, so I understand.
Right up there in the corner, you'll see powered by StreamYard. I understand that has to be there. You have to pay their monthly subscription in order. That's it. And then if Ben and I want to talk to each other, we just look like that kind of thing.
Okay, you're creeping me. I already have to deal with you. So
kind of pull a Brady Bunch.
Yeah, I think we need to look at all our options. I'm kind of like Cher on Clueless. You got to make the rounds before you commit. So it's there. I think personally, the only thing I like about it is it's so simple to use. Yeah. But I don't like it where it's too simple because there's not a lot of control. And I mean,
I don't think it's not too simple. It's actually relatively easy. It really is. And I don't mind that at all. I think it's fine.
We need to have simpler thing.
Simplicity is fine. I just want a little bit more functionality.
Yeah.
So let's see. If you click on the bottom of Ben's screen in the upper left, you can just show Ben.
On the upper left.
If you click on the bottom of the screen in the upper top left, you can just show Ben. Right here.
And you
Oh yeah. No.
That's what you do.
Okay, there we go.
Now, hey, that's what everyone wants to see.
Oh, but that's true. But that's way down here.
Oh, come
I don't
on.
need the clicker anymore. I got chastised. See,
I keep getting these hashtags of more Ben versus like hashtag tiny Ben. We want to see more Ben.
no.
Okay.
Very simple, nice for Mama Mouse. Just need the speaker option. I'm paying for the first month so I can play.
Thanks, Patrick.
There you go.
And Mike Wheeler, thank you very much. I appreciate your support. I will not be put in a corner.
Yeah, baby's gonna get put in the corner.
Hashtag more Ben.
Just see what he's doing to me. Oh, dang.
Oh, by the way, just let me do one more thing.
Oh, do we have show and tell?
Just one thing.
I don't know what we're doing. I just fed them this evening. That was all I did.
Being that Patrick is here in the stream,
Oh,
Zippity Doodad.
But he has his video to watch.
Yes, Zippity Doodad was very nice. And on behalf of the Dis and That crew, we got these here. Let me, Ben, just going away for just a second.
Bye-bye.
I want to make sure that you can see
You
this.
could do that right there.
Yeah. But we have
I think it's cool.
official Dis and That koozies.
It's a
and-
cozy. My sippy cup doesn't go in there.
No, it's got to be a can. And then it's, of course,
Doesn't fit.
on topic, hashtag on topic, off topic. So,
Yeah, my sippy cup doesn't go in there, but it's good.
Patrick and Nicole, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Ben, Ben
we
will
feel
be
so loved.
Ben will be getting these too. So,
Oh, we got 3.
'Cause we have
Oh,
three
I
of
didn't
them.
know we got 3.
we have 3. So one is for you, one is
Why
for
do we always
me,
have to share?
and one is for Ben. So Ben,
Doug, you're telling the story of my life. I've had to share everything.
if I could just hand it like the Brady Bunch, I would do
I
it.
wish. Like,
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way.
That'd be cool if you could have.
that would have been funny.
No, here you go, Ben. Here's yours, and all of a sudden you had it and you pulled it over. That
Yeah.
would be actually. We're gonna have to do that one time when we have. Some, yeah. Freak everybody out. How did you guys do that? Well, we already planned it. You already had it. that isn't a sippy cup, no lid. I just, giant sippy cup,
But-
straws are called sissy ciphers.
So anyway, yeah. So
I would
the
never leave bread.
Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate your support.
Glad you like.
thank you, Patrick. Appreciate that.
And the same with Kelly. He says, share with Ben.
Hashtag share with Ben.
I always do. Ugh. It's a twin thing. I get it.
All right.
So,
Okay, so
anybody
do-
else have any questions about us and
Fantasyland.
Fantasyland? And there's some very distinct stuff. We're not going to get into the compare and contrast of all the different Magic Kingdoms in the world.
No, but I will say that, like I said, 14 attractions.
14.
15 if you include the train, which stops there at the Fantasyland station,
And if you
which is Fantasyland and Mickey's Toontown Depot.
and if you want to call Fantasyland Theater an attraction.
Fantasyland is also the Fantasyland Theater is also an attraction, so that is 16.
Yeah.
So
One
it just keeps going. Now, right
counter
now,
service restaurant, no dining.
what is the name of the show that's running? Is it Mickey and the Magical Map?
It's actually a good show.
Yeah.
That's
Again, if Samantha's here, I hope you are, Samantha. Mickey and the Magical Map. See ya if you can see that. I hope it's playing that day.
Mickey and the Magical Map.
Well, the electrical parade will still be showing on the 12th. So
Yes, it will. Electrical Parade starts tomorrow night, and I promise I will send out a link in on Twitter, and I will do it on Facebook as well, so that you'll be able to click on the link and see the live stream of the Main Street Electrical Parade tomorrow night.
May 25th, 2013 is the Mickey and the Magical Lamp.
And I do have one plug. If you are more interested in finding out more behind the scenes stuff and a really interesting book about Disneyland, I would recommend the Disneyland Story You can find this on Amazon. It's a really, really cool read.
Okay, I'll put a link in the description of that book in the description below once the video is done. I'll just put a link in the description of the video so you can check it out.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different stuff that, we hear from the horse's mouth, but there's so many books, and a lot of stuff is not an urban legend. Some of it's true. Some of it is an urban legend. But that's Disney. Everybody has that kind of thing.
And then Kelly saying 27 days, zippity doo dad, losing my mind. See you soon, my friend.
Oh yeah, we're all getting too excited.
I know. And I'll tell you what, I was so excited last night. I was watching This and That and found out that Corey Meets World is going to be in California for D23. And originally Prince Charming Dev was going to be with him. Prince Charming Dev is busy right now. He's actually at Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea having a great time, but he unfortunately will not be able to be at D23. So Shep of the Shep family is taking his place. And I must say,
that was awesome.
I
was
am
shocked.
so excited about that because we'll be able to meet Shep.
Oh my God, in real life. All of the
We're going to meet
color.
Shep. We're going to meet Matt. Greg's Disney's Adventures is going to be there.
All these
more
people are going to be in the
Sunshine,
wild.
please. We're also going to meet. We're also going to see D&G Explorers, and we're all going to do this whole.
And Corey too, right?
Corey too. Corey Meets World will be there
with his Lego hair. I know,
man.
Patrick. We want you to come.
We want you to be there too.
I know it's a timing factor, and also, of course, everything's with money. But anybody is to go to see everybody in the wild in real life is going to be very exciting.
But we'll probably stream some kind of a meetup there and definitely keep everyone in the loop on that.
But we're just going to have to eventually, again, rendezvous on how we all can literally meet up. Everybody. Because everybody is so cool here. I want to meet you all. Ben, are you in a timeout? Ugh.
Oh, Zippity says we will come soon.
Yes.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. There it is again. Hashtag PTV fan club.
Oh, we thank you. That's so nice of you guys. That's so cool.
Yeah, apparently there are several chapters of the PTV fan club around the country.
I guess there is.
Let's see. There's Michigan, Florida. We have Idaho.
Yeah, this
is funny.
Kelly,
That's pretty funny.
Thank
you so much. We love our villagers.
I want to meet the Myers mouses. The mousies.
And then Mike is saying, make sure you keep your eyes on your key.
Put that up.
Well,
yeah. Make sure.
I did this.
Make sure you keep your eyes on your keys and Shep, because if you don't see him or your keys, he might be at the villa.
My poor stuff. I'm doomed.
Okay, Patrick. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. We actually are going to be ending our stream very shortly here.
We're very
we will
really
be
appreciative.
But thank you so much for being here, Patrick. Oh, good, Samantha. You have been here. Yay! Yeah, Samantha. Again, recommendation: Mickey and the Magical Map. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you see that at the Fantasyland Theater in Disneyland. It's a good show.
It came out exactly 6 years ago. It's a long running show, but it's good. Who knows if it's we're gonna get a new show.
Yeah, it is a cute show.
It has time, but it's now I think dated. Well, not dated, but I think they could update it.
Oh, and Mama Mouse is starting the Kansas City chapter of PTV Fan Club.
Oh, that's so kind. Sad face here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So we're just looking forward to meeting everybody. This is our Thursday. It's August 1st. We are enjoying everything, but that's our little tidbit about Disneyland Fantasyland. I don't think anything else. Do we?
No, I think we could keep going on about Fantasyland.
We can go on.
There's so much to talk about. But let's go ahead and start wrapping this up. Ben, do you have anything to say about your most recent video?
Just that it describes my technologically challenged self trying to set up a new Wi-Fi environment here in my house.
It's technology.
Okay. And for me, if you haven't seen it yet, I dropped a video this morning about mail, and it shows you all what our mailbox is. We have a mailbox in Martinez, California. So feel free to, if you have any questions for us, just drop us a quick letter, or you can always get a hold of us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook at Pepper Tree Villa.
Pam, that's very kind. They don't want it to end. Well, I don't think it could be like this and that where they can go on 3, 4, 5 hours.
I'm sure we could.
We could. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like we're that entertaining.
Well, we hadn't planned on anything. Let's see. Mike Rio says, last time I was at Disneyland, it was that awkward stage, I believe, after the Snow White show or the Princess show, whatever it was.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was a Snow White show that came in 2002. Yeah. It was a 2002 show, and they really marketed it, and it was awkward, yeah, to say the least. It went on for quite years, and it went dark.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Kelly loved the Wi-Fi, the Google Wi-Fi video.
Oh, thanks.
So Kelly, all him talking, everything you see in that living room, I was more amazed on how much he videotaped in that living room, going back and forth. I was admiring our own swag all over our living room than watching Ben.
Yeah,
because you were on the chair.
Now
you had the poster.
Now, if you go back and watch that video, don't just watch Ben. Take a look at where he's standing in the room, and you will see a lot of the artwork on the walls. You'll see a tchotchke closet that we have in there. I think you even see the China hutch in the dining room. But Ben is all over the room, all different angles, all over the place.
I didn't understand a word he said. I was just like, all these people are going to see our swag. It looked good, but you were everywhere in that room, and it was like a 360. And so I don't know, people are going to pay attention, but I didn't know. You don't see this until on camera, but it was really weird.
Yes, a little bit of swag. I did see some of the artwork. Yeah, the artwork. The stretching portraits from the Haunted Mansion are my favorite of ours.
I love those. I want to get custom wallpaper for that, but
yeah, Doug wants to have the wallpaper that's in the stretching room, the art gallery.
I need to find a place to make it.
The Haunted Mansion. He just has to find someone that will print that particular wallpaper, and if that's the case, we will paper that wall
just the one wall,
so that we've got the stretching portraits in front of that wallpaper.
We have to. I think it'd just be absolutely amazing. I mean, it just really stand off.
Kelly is saying that Shep had him stocking for the special room.
That was the living room and the dining room that you saw where Ben was going on his diatribe.
I may have to I may have to do a vlog from the Mickey room at some point.
Oh, please.
Yeah. Or at least part of it.
Yeah.
So the stretching portraits are actually tapestry, and they're hanging on specially designed rods that Disney put out. They were all designed for Disneyland's 50th anniversary.
They're amazing.
They were originally very expensive, and so they didn't sell. And then eventually, before the 50th anniversary was just about to end, everything went on clearance. Doug saw them and jumped on it because the price was nothing. It was down like 70-80% off of its original price.
These things were horribly expensive,
and then you ended up buying them for like $70.
I think the whole thing, Rachel, was like less than $100.
Oh, hi guys, I'm gonna head out. Good night, Rachel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Yes, once I get them it's a huge wall. We have 9-foot ceilings, and it's a ginormous long wall in the grand foyer of our house. It sounds more palatial than it really is, but I like saying that. But I don't think there's enough lamination that Steve can laminate for our wall. But I don't like people touching my things. They all have to wear gloves. I don't like things a mess. I don't. Why do people have to see with their hands and not their eyes?
What it is we will give you the white glove treatment. Whenever anyone comes to the villa to visit and they come see the Mickey room, it's the white glove treatment.
Yeah, that's my homage to Haunted Mansion. I love to get more swag, but I love Haunted Mansion.
See, Amanda says that she has a grand hallway too.
I have a grand foyer. It's a grand foyer. You walk in
from the front door to the back
of the house.
Yeah, So
When you look in the grand foyer, you see the giant Christmas tree when you walk in.
and
Juan
likes
no,
seeing with his
I
hands on his
like
eyes.
to see with my hands.
Thanks,
not
Juan.
my eyes.
Thank you.
Juan. Now, Mike, he can touch anything he wants. That's a different story. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's circumstances. So I give you a pass. Hatbox Ghost all the way. I won't be surprised that for the 50th anniversary, the Magic Kingdom gets hot backs, but I really don't. The white glove dispenser out the door. But I won't be surprised if the Hatbox goes to Florida. Yes,
that one. That one there. Look at this.
So
when Mom and I visit, it's shoe booties and white gloves. We will be prepared.
Okay, yes, because we don't need to get anything sullied.
Kelly, thank you so much.
That is very kind of you to think about me keeping everything very sanitary. Gloves.
Yeah. So anyway, gosh, we've already gone on 5 minutes and more than I expected at this point already. Man,
one looking for us to do some Halloween love, and Juan, I gotta say, you'll be a little disappointed. We actually focus all of our energy on Christmas.
Yeah,
we do
so long.
Here's a fallscape, but
it is the first day of August, and let's see, the weekend before we leave for Disneyland is going to be around August 17th, August 18th. That's the weekend before. That's the weekend before we go to Disneyland, and that is most likely the weekend when we're going to start decorating for fall. We decorate that early for fall so that we can enjoy our decorations. Otherwise, we don't see them because we start decorating for Christmas at the end of September.
Huge.
Simply because of how long it takes to do the forest.
As Turtle Talk would say, Rachel, cha. Good night. Thank you for joining us. My room is all Nightmare Before Christmas. We sprinkle enough Nightmare Before Christmas. That's also another thing I absolutely love. And I just think it's one of the best shows. Give all that. Yeah, we make up for what some people would do for Halloween. We make it up tenfold for Christmas. So again, we have to pick our poison.
Right.
Which one?
Right up there. Mike Wheeler says, so when I come to the villa, I have to put white gloves on because I use my hands to see.
Well, that's
Mike, absolutely. Absolutely. Fantastic.
Yeah, you're the only one to get to touch things. We have a house near us that we will soon be. We have a house near us that will soon to be starting for Halloween. I did a vlog on the channel. I haven't seen Halloween love until you. Oh, I've heard and seen some people's houses. Halloween is another one that is getting just as big as Christmas. Oh yeah, they're amazing. Some of the Halloween, I appreciate it.
Oh, Amanda, thank you so much. She's going to send us a pic of Haunted Mansion pencil art. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate that.
So cool.
Thank you. Okay, so let's try and wrap it up again.
Yeah, we don't want to bore you guys all the tears.
Oh my gosh, I'm bored.
Ben had his video. I dropped my video this morning about a mail call. So go ahead and take a look at that. I'd love to have you leave a comment as well. If you have, by the way, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do so. And
by the way, Kelly is jealous of Mike's treatment.
Oh. So anyway,
Kelly, if you really be nice, I'll let you touch a few things, only a few.
But you got to have the white gloves.
Yeah. Bop that like button.
Yeah, bop that like button. So anyway, to get back to it, this afternoon, I started a new series with PTV Jew Live in our past. I started your daily dose of Disney. I've called it PTV 3D. During the chat this afternoon, Jim of More Sunshine Please said, PTV 3D, what is this madness? So it's just our new show, and it's going to be.
I know how to deal with Shep, so don't worry about it, Mike. No worries. I know how to deal with him. No worries. I thought I had
Kelly says he'll wear a mask too if it's necessary.
mean, gosh, it's not like when it happens. The house is not like a hot zone or a red zone or when you have a contagion.
Yeah.
What is it, like an outbreak? Our house is not like an outbreak. Well, it outbreaks Disney at Christmas. But I mean, we're not that bad. So I feel like my floors are dirty, but that's just me. I'm a super clean freak, but that's just me. Okay, I'll be nice to wear the mask.
Pam says a hazmat suit. Well,
now we're getting to the extreme. No one's gonna ever want to touch it.
Well, Kelly used to fly in a Black Hawk, so he probably has the right equipment for it.
Yeah, he knows how to go in. That would be funny. So yeah. Just want
make you comfy, Doug.
Comfy.
You guys need an empty room.
You can make me comfy more ways than one. That'd be fine.
You guys need an empty room. Put one Mickey in it, literally just one Mickey, nothing else until ship. That's the Mickey room. I like it.
I don't want to get 3 storage sheds to put all my stuff away.
Mickey sightings, thank you so much.
Thank you guys, everybody.
Yeah, thank you for being here. We really
it's going to be close to midnight on the East Coast, so we
want to honor everybody's time.
It's time to wrap this blessing up.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, Ben, Life with Ben. I have your daily dose of Disney. Doug will be starting his show shortly.
I had a little hiccup this week of some stuff personally, but we're dealing with it. But yeah, I need to get on.
He will be starting his show, Old Timey Kitchen. And then we're going to be also having our show about classic television with Charlie. But we'll have more of that coming up. We'll announce that closer we get to premiering that show as well. So like any other network out there, like ABC, CBS, or NBC, we like to think of PTV as yet another network. So when you see our shows, you'll know that you can have your favorite. Maybe you don't watch all of them. We'd love it if you did, but we want to have different shows for different people. So yeah, and we'll always try and keep the times consistent of when they launch as well. Like for instance, Life with Ben is always on Tuesday mornings at 7 a.m. in the Pacific time zone and 10 a.m. in the Eastern zone. So,
Pam, we're like those that Doug wants to put out of house. There's some people I want to. Oh, I have stories to tell you about. I've had booted people out of our house. Oh, and Kelly, thank you. Yeah,
that story will come.
That's another story.
Yeah, that'll come when we're talking about Christmas.
Yeah, Kelly, thank you so much. Yeah, you're kind. Hugs to you, Mike. Juan, see you guys real soon.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
PTV, you guys are all so amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
I feel the love. I needed it this week.
But so we have like 5 shows that are going to be coming on very soon. And of course, we'll also have our regular PTV Live. We like having this moment every week with our villagers. Even when we're traveling to Disneyland, we're going to figure out a way to go live and have fun. But the 3 of us will be together, so most likely we will be able to. Ben, what time is your flight on that Thursday?
It's after work, so I'll be arriving in Orange County in the evening.
Okay, so that may be a show that Doug and I will have by ourselves, as we're going to have you probably flying at that time.
I'll be flying during that particular episode.
Okay.
TV Live.
So what we can do is we might be able to work it out where Ben kind of joins us at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Like I think we could swap stories about throwing people out of our house. Stacy, I would love to see. You're probably more Regina than I am, but I would love to.
Stacy, let's talk about that. Definitely. That sounds good.
I would love to know, but I had a real doozy, but that's another story for the internets later.
So like I said, we have those different shows that are coming, but we will do our best to keep everything on a regular schedule for you. Daily Dose of Disney, I'm going to figure out, I may not be live all the time. I may try and do some pre-recorded episodes of it as well so that we can keep it on a regular schedule. But I'm having fun with it, and I think some of our villagers out here are having fun with it as well.
Yeah, according to my itinerary, I will be leaving Oakland at 7:25 that Thursday evening and arriving in Santa Ana at 8:45 that evening.
8:45. Oh, 8:45.
Yeah.
Okay, we will definitely be off the air by that time then.
Yeah, well, unless we're going like we did tonight, but I really, really doubt that.
Well, Kelly, thank you. Yeah, we're always having new exciting stuff. We want to make sure everybody's entertained. And
so yeah, a lot going on.
Behave and don't get caught. Well,
have a magical night, Kelly. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
appreciate
you guys are so
that.
cool. You guys are so awesome. Like awesome sauce.
Okay. Ben, any
So-
final thoughts that you have?
I'm tired.
You're tired.
I'm Doug. Nice to meet you. Tired?
He's here all week.
Ugh.
Cha-cha-cha. Hey, when someone answers the phone, because we get a lot of spam, people, try this. If someone answers the phone, because our phones get robocalls, but most likely if you want to get it, answer it and say, Kelly's pool room, 8-Ball speaking, and they hang up.
That's a dad joke.
That's a dad joke. But
That is a dad joke.
That is a dad joke. Pam's fam, thank you so much. Love and hugs to all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pam.
smooches all to you. All to you.
But everyone, thank you so much for spending this time with us. It's gone on a lot longer than I expected, but thank you. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We've really enjoyed this time together.
And we need to talk, Stacy. Yeah, we could go on this whole thing about this. So we will continue this. We love you all. Thank you.
Ben's laughing. Why are you laughing, Ben?
Because of what Stacy said here, Doug, I think we could swap stories of throwing people out of the house, and I'd win.
Yeah, she would win. She definitely would win.
Yeah,
I'm sure she would. So everyone, again, thank you so much for spending this time with us.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate it. We can't do this without you, our villagers. We just love you so much. So thank you so much for spending this time with us, and have a magical evening. And remember, adventure is out there.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you very, very much.